Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to take a look at the Motorola One Hyper. Now you can pick this up on Amazon. I'll throw the link up in the description. The price on this one, $400. Now it comes in 3 different colors. You got deep blue sea, fresh orchid, and dark amber. Alright, so let's go through all the specs. Now this is a GSM only phone, so if you got AT&T or T-Mobile, you're good to go. If you got Sprint or Verizon, you assed out. For the display, you got a 6.5-inch IPS LCD panel with a resolution of 1080 by 2340. That is 396 for the PPI Patrol. Now the phone does have a splash-proof and dust-proof coating. For the processor, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 with the Adreno 612 GPU. What does that mean? Mid-range specs, bro. Mid-range specs. Now you got 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and a micro SD card slot for expandable memory up to 1 terabyte. Now for the battery, you got a 4,000 milliamp battery that features 45 watt fast charging. I repeat, 45 watt fast charging. So Motorola claims 10 minutes of charge will give you 12 hours worth of use. Now, on a side note, it comes with an 18 watt fast charging brick in the box. The 45 watt charger is sold separately. Now, here's the biggest thing about this phone, the cameras. On the rear, you got a dual setup. So you got a 64 megapixel f1.8, that's your wide angle, and you got an 8 megapixel ultra wide. On the front, you got a pop-up selfie camera, that's 32 megapixels f2.0. Now, both of these cameras feature 4 times light sensitivity. So both the main camera and the pop-up selfie camera feature quad pixel technology. By combining 4 pixels into one, it increases the camera light sensitivity, which decreases visual noise caused by low light conditions. The results, brighter, more brilliant photos in any setting. Now you also got Bluetooth 5.0, NFC, you got a fingerprint sensor with a notification LED around it, and you got a headphone jack. Alright, so all of that for $400. Let's see what it is. First things first, shout out to White Shoes. She got the day off. Here we go. Motorola One Hyper. $400. Now I went with the deep blue sea. Grab a little unboxing. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, White Shoes is back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
White Shoes,
I love my white
calm down. Now White Shoes came in hot. She almost got a free haircut. White Shoes got to be careful. All right, let's go. Here we go. Now we got the purple presentation. Let's see what you get inside. Now this is going to be your phone. Oh, with a case already installed. I like that. White Shoes, scoot, scoot. Let's see. Inside, got your usual books and shit. Plug them and file them. There's your SIM ejection tool. File that too. This is going to be a USB Type-C charging cable. Let's just make sure. USB-A, USB Type-C. 18 watt fast charging brick, Motorola logo. Again, 45 watt charger, sold separately. All right, so let's peel this case off. Now I love when they throw in a nice case into the presentation. One less thing you gotta buy. Just a standard gel skin case. Got a little protection on the top and the bottom. Let's check the razivity one time. A little bit of razivity on this one. Just your basic day-to-day case. Now, for the phone itself, let's get this plastic out of here. Right. Let's get a little wipe down. Bang. Check this out. Now, this looks pretty sick. Dual camera setup. There's your LED flash. Now, the fingerprint sensor's on the rear, but there's a notification light that goes around it. You see that little stripe down the side? That's kind of dope. Motorola One on the bottom. Let's hit that power button. Okay, no notch, right? Shout out to the notch gang, no notch. There's your volume up and down on one side. On the other side, there's your SIM tray. On the top, headphone jack. Headphone jack. Let's say it one more time. Headphone jack, Apple, Samsung, Google. You see what that is? Headphone jack. Let's keep it alive. There's your pop-up selfie camera. Oh, this is pretty sick. Now, I know somebody's going to ask, what's the difference between the Motorola One Hyper and the Motorola One Zoom? So let's break it down real quick. All right, now look at the difference in the back, though. This one zoom, this is one of the most underrated phones of the year. I actually use this as a daily driver in Germany, and this phone held me down. So these Motorola phones, they're the king of the mid-range department right now. So here's the differences. Number one, the price. For the Hyper, $400. For the Zoom, $350. Next, with the Hyper, you got a 6.5-inch LCD display. With the Motorola One Zoom, you got a 6.3-inch AMOLED display. So it's up to you now. Do you like AMOLED displays better, or do you like IPS LCD? Personally, I like AMOLED. Now, they got the same processor, same GPU, same size battery, but with the Hyper, this one features 45-watt fast charging. The maximum charging on this one is 15 watts. But the biggest difference is the cameras. All right, so with the Hyper, you got a 64 megapixel on the rear, 32 megapixel on the front. With the Zoom, you got 48 megapixel on the rear, 25 on the front. So theoretically, the camera should be better on the Motorola One Hyper, but with the One Zoom, you got 4 cameras. So you got telephoto, and you got that extra zoom. All right, so we'll put it to the test. Let me get one more wipe down so y'all can see this. Look at that shine. Matter of fact, let me do the smell test on this. This is that Dr. Manhattan Blue right here. I am feeling this one. All right, so let me pause the video. I'll set everything up. Then we'll breeze through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we back in. Now, I just put my information in the phone. Got everything all set up. So now let's check it out. First up, the build quality. Now, y'all know I got to say it. Feels so good in the hands. Ladies, you know the procedures. Now, here's another difference between the Hyper and the Zoom. The Zoom has this brushed aluminum look to it, and it's a lot heavier with no fingerprints. Now, with the Hyper, it is super shiny. You will get smudges. You will get fingerprints. But it looks beautiful. I had no complaints with that. And like I said, it is splash proof and dust proof. Next, now there's a couple of different ways you can open up the device. You can swipe up, put in your pattern and your pin. And you got your fingerprint sensor on the rear. Now, the fingerprint sensor is super fast and responsive. Works 100% of the time. Look at this. I'm just going to tap it. Opens right up. Now, if you notice, no notch. So this is all screen display. Nice and smooth, no lag. Stock Android experience. Let's take it over to the toggles. All right, so you got your basic stuff. You got a little selfie button. You press that. That'll open up your front-facing camera. Let's do that one more time. Has a little sound on the mechanism. I like that. Let's get back to the toggles. Let's see anything else. Okay, so you got screencast. Let's take it over to settings. All right, I'll try to do this quick. Let's go to Wi-Fi. Let's check for private DNS on deck, and you got VPNs. Connected devices, you got Bluetooth and NFC. All right, no need to check out apps and notifications. Battery. Now, you can turn on battery saver if you want. You got adaptive battery. And let's add the battery percentage. 4,000 milliamps. This should last you all day. And if you get a 45-watt fast charging brick, like I said, 10 minutes will give you 12 hours worth of use. Take it over to display. Now, of course, this is on max brightness. Not the brightest display in the world, but you will be able to see it. You got a night light. You got adaptive brightness. You got your peak display. I'll show you that in a second. Wallpapers. Take it over to advanced. Let's turn on the dark theme. Okay, keep everything blacked out. Go to colors. So you got natural, boosted, and saturated. I like mine's nice and moist. Giggity. Got your font size, display size, screensaver, lock screen, blah, blah, blah. Let's take it over to sound and lights. Now, one bottom firing speaker, so no dual speakers on this. But it is pretty loud. I'll do a sound test in a second. Yeah, that's the maximum volume. Okay, so you got lights. Now check this out. This light on the back actually lights up. So you can have it light up when you're in a call, for notifications, for wireless emergency alerts, for charging. Now you can also change the brightness level of the light. Of course, I'm going to leave mine on high. Okay, let me say that one more time. When do not disturb is on, you can have them in call, notifications, and charging. Now let me show you what that light looks like. Let's plug it in. Watch this. There it is. Now, it doesn't change colors. It just lights up. So if you get a notification, it'll light up like that. Simple. All right, where was we? Let's go to back to settings. Okay. Now, this one is using the swipe gestures, which I hate using, but I promised I was going to try to start using them for the New Year's. Okay, so you got advanced. So you got Dolby Audio. You can have smart audio, music, movie, or game. All your basic sound settings. Let's see anything else. Storage. Now, this is 128 gigs. All right, so I only use 14. Let's go to privacy. No need to check that. Location. No need to check that. Security. All right, no face unlock on this. All right, so you got your screen lock, fingerprints, and you have smart lock. Let me put my code in real quick. All right, so here's your smart lock. You got on-body detection, trusted places, trusted devices, and voice match. Go to advanced. Got your trusted agents and your screen pinning. Let's go to Moto Experiences. All right, so now here's all your actions. All right, so you got your quick capture. Now, this is going to be your world star gesture. So you pull your phone out of your pocket. All right, something going down. 2 twists. That'll open up the front-facing camera. 2 twists. That'll take it to the rear camera. Okay, let's open that back up. Let's see, you also got your fast flashlight. All right, so 2 chops. All right, turn your flashlight on. 2 karate chops. Turn it off. All right. Now you got 3-finger screenshot. All right, so you want to take a screenshot. Just like that. Let's see, you got your screen editor. All right, so after you take the screenshot, if you want to crop it, post it on the gram, turn that on. You got flip for do not disturb, pick up the silence. You got your media controls, and you got swipe to shrink. Now, this is a big 6.5-inch display, so if it's too big for your hands, turn on swipe to shrink. You got your motor display. Now, peak display. Let's see if I got any notifications. All right, so when you got your phone on the table, I do. Now, if you see I got YouTube, all I got to do is hold the button down. Let me do that again. Okay, you see? I hold it down. You see? It shows you my notification. Peak display. So I was watching a YouTube video, watching a Mortal Kombat. Peek on that one. My insurance is due. I shouldn't have peeked on that one. And I got some more notifications. All right, so that's your peak display. Let's exit out of that. Let's see anything else. Okay, so you got location services, accounts, accessibility. So if you're hearing or visually impaired, all your accessibility settings on deck. Let's see anything else. Blah, blah, blah. That's pretty much it. All right, so now let's try the web browsing speeds. Go to apple.com.
Opening web page.
All right, don't let these mid-range phones fool you. They're just as fast as the flagships, all right? Now, they won't perform exactly the same, but it's not like you got a flagship phone and this is trash. Mid-range phones are just as good. You seen how fast that was? Let's do some split-screen multitasking. So we'll split that. Let's see, do we got YouTube open? Open up YouTube on the bottom. YouTube on the bottom, Apple on the top. Now, let's take a look at this display and listen to that speaker. Full screen. One speaker on the bottom. Now, it's supposed to have Dolby Atmos, but the speaker just sounds okay. All right, it's not extra loud, doesn't have extra bass, but it's loud enough. And I love the fact that there's no notch to get in the way of watching your videos. Oh, this is a body right here. Oh, that's Ninja Killer? All right, hold on. Let's see. Let's get some better quality on this. All right, there it is. All right, now it just locked in. All right, shout out to my homie Ninja Killer 212. Busting ass as usual. There it is. All right, so the video on this, pretty good. All right, so let's run through these swipe gestures real quick. Say you go to YouTube. If you want to go home, you just swipe up. Now you swipe up. There's all your recently used apps. All right, look how fast that is. You can clear those if you want. Now say let's go to YouTube. Let's pick on the video. Now if you want to go back,
this is a
just swipe back.
W8, and it is quite
Got your
simply
picture in picture.
the single craziest supercar
Everything works.
ever made.
All right, shout out to Doug. And if you want to get rid of one, just swipe right up. Now, let's take it over to the camera. Okay, now, of course, you can do your chops if you want. I did it the easy way. Let's go through the different modes. You got portrait, you got cutout, spot color, night vision, cinematograph, panorama, ultra res. All right, that's going to use your 64 megapixels. You got live filter, slow motion, and time lapse. You got HDR, flash, timer, motion photos. And of course, you can put it in manual mode, change the ISO, change the white balance, do your thing. Take it over to settings. All right, so the maximum, the ratio is 19 by 5 by 9. I'll leave it on 4 by 3. Video size, 4K UHD. All the way down to HD. All right, so we'll leave 4K. Let's do, matter of fact, we'll do 60 frames per second. I like it a little bit smoother. Slow motion, 120 frames. Let's see. Oh, 240 for HD, 120 for full HD. Quick capture, shutter sound, turn that off. All right, for your clandestine photos, watermarks, leave that off too. All right, so that's pretty much it for that. Let's go to video. Take it over to settings. Okay, same settings. I know. All right, so let me show you some test footage. right, just in case y'all want to see that pop-up selfie cam one more time. There it is. All right, I'll do it from the bottom. I love that sound. But I like the world star hip-hop gesture. All right, so one more question. Which one should you get? The Zoom or the Hyper? Now, it's up to you and which features you find more important, but just remember, with the Zoom, you're paying $350. With the Hyper, you're paying $400. Same processor, same GPU, same size battery, same display. But you're getting 45-watt fast charging versus 15-watt fast charging. Plastic build versus aluminum. On-screen fingerprint sensor with a notch on the display versus rear fingerprint sensor, no notch. Both of these light up on the back. Both of these take great pictures and videos, but if you're a scumbag and you're going to be taking your scumbag Zoom pictures, then you need the Zoom. But pound for pound, if it was me and my money, I would go with the Hyper. All right, so overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, the Motorola One Hyper is a major go. This is the definition of a good mid-range phone. Now, of course, you don't have dual speakers, you don't have wireless charging, you don't have a quad HD display, you don't have an IP rating, there's no always on display. You don't got all of the bells and whistles. But one thing that you do have is a lot more money in your pocket. For $400, as Bob Barker would say, the price is right. You're getting a great build quality, definitely doesn't feel cheap. You got a headphone jack and expandable memory. You got a beautiful display with no notch. A smooth, lag-free, stock Android 10 experience, a 4,000 milliamp battery with 45-watt fast charging, and on a side note, I'll throw the link up in the description for the one I use, $30 for 45-watt fast charging. And on top of that, you got a pretty good camera. This is the classic definition of a good mid-range phone. This will be perfect for the kids, perfect for your parents, perfect for your work phone, your trap phone, your scumbag phone, and perfect if you already got an iPhone and you just want to play around with an Android phone. Why spend $1,000? Get something like this. Anyway, Motorola One Hyper, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces.
Enterprise, Spock here.
Spock won to beam up.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Energize.
We're in a situation where everybody in the world uses technology. And if you're gonna buy some of that technology, you gotta understand certain things. Subscribe to Flossy Carter. He does reviews of all the latest technology. The iPhones, the iPads, the Galaxies, the Samsungs, whatever the fuck. The Beats by that doctor guy. And he puts his kitty cat in the videos too for you something to look at. You know, I'm an animal lover, so I like that shit. So make sure you hit the subscribe button to Flossy Carter on the YouTube, the follow button on the Instaface, and the like button on the Facelook. Because if you don't, we're gonna have a fucking problem here. a bad one. Now hit the fucking subscribe button.